Hello, how is everyone doing? It is your fallen angel back with another video. Today, we will be covering passing exams. Preparation is everything. But before we get started, feel free to check us out on Patreon, Rumble, Twitter, Instagram, things of that nature. Also like and subscribe. And without further ado, let's begin. Have you ever thought of taking a test as giving a performance? If you're into music, sports, or drama, then you already know the benefits of thinking this way. Preparing beforehand improves your abilities so that when you get to this podium, the field, or the stage, you can give your best performance. So guys, we want to mimic this ideology. Not just mimic, but really live it, because the power of mind is really the truth. Mind over matter is always key. So what we must understand is thinking that you are going to give a performance is going to make you succeed better. It's going to make you act out on these urges. It's going to make you want to perform at its max capacity. You're going to be performing at peak capacity if you believe it's going to be a performance and not just a test. Because when people think a test, they think of these negative connotations. They think, oh, it's just a drag, it's a 60-question test, or it's a written test, it's a written essay, it's just something I want to get over with and just get the grade. You want to go into it with the mindset that you're going to put on a performance. Your writing's a performance. Your thought is a performance. The hippocampus working to give you this memory is all a performance. This is how you can succeed and get the highest mark possible. You can approach exams the same way. During an exam, you sit at a desk for several hours, concentrating and writing as fast as you can. Your preparation beforehand determines how well you perform in the exam. This goes to without to say. Being prepared makes your muscle memory act better. Cramming never works because there was no practice in this. Often people can use this if they know how to cram and if it was fairly easy enough. But if the exam requires a multitude of learning, a multitude of using your memory, a multitude of practice, cramming won't work. So it is essential you practice. And you give your hippocampus the chance to pick these things up over time. The more you train the mind, the more you train the brain, the more it will pick things up and make it muscle memory. No matter what subjects you're studying, whether you're in high school, in college, at university, or facing vocational or entrance exams, to pass your exams, you need to do these things. Attend classes, pay attention, and make notes for later review. Teachers only present information. They don't put it in your head. That's your task, and usually, you're required to follow up with research or further reading. Organize your class notes and plan your study time. Become well acquainted with the subject matter. This involves improving your ability to study and to retain information, two different skill sets. Right now, you may simply call it study, but to answer exam questions, you need to know how to retain information and access it when you need it. Demonstrate your knowledge by performing well on the exam. If you don't perform well on the exam, your results won't reflect how well you know the subject. So guys, oftentimes professors a lot of nice professors will give you exactly what they want. They will show you exactly what they want you to know, and that will be exactly on the test. There's many professors that aren't like that, where you will have to use the book and you will have to learn yourself. This is often the case in many institutions. The teacher will provide you with the subject matter, but it is your job to learn the subject matter and become adept with the subject matter. Therefore, it is essential that you become a master at it. Look for additional information on the subject. Look for information that will further your own knowledge on it. This will make you adept at the knowledge and make you more susceptible to passing it with flying colors. Because now, you're not just basing this off what the teacher wants. It now is your own desire to learn more about the subject matter, no matter what it is. Whether this be anatomy, whether this be English, whether this be law. Learn more about the subject matter at hand. It will always help to know more than less, or the minimum. Obviously, accomplishing all this takes work, and developing an exam performance mindset gives you a good start and helps you maintain an attitude of excellence. Know very clearly what you want and why you want to pass your exams, which is your goal after all. Identify and address how and why you may be holding yourself back. With the right mindset, you can discover your capabilities, clarify your motives, and gain a better understanding of yourself. Learning and studying then become much easier and fun. So, guys, when we have a set motive, we tend to strive for this motive. It's like a horse race, right? You want to get to the end of the finish line, keep strutting through with the horse. But you want to have an end goal, right? For many people that go to medical school, their end goal is, well, after all these years of school, I plan on not only helping people, but making a large sum of money for all the effort I've put in. For many people, it's, well, if I work hard enough, I can continue to buy an iPhone every year. Maybe that's the case for some people. Maybe if I work hard enough, I can get a Ferrari. There's an end goal for most people, right? That's the reason why they're in school in the first place. Whether this be to help the others for the greater good of the cosmos or for their own self-interest, whether it's cynical or not. You should have an end goal as to why you're studying, as to why you're learning, so you can clarify your motives. Because if you're sitting in a motive where you're like, I don't really know, then that will reflect on your grades and that will reflect on your study habits. Because if you don't know what you want in the end goal, then it will be very, very vague for you. But you wanted to make this process a fun process. The more fun and engaged you are, the more susceptible you are to wanting to learn. You're allowing your hippocampus to want to pick up more because your brain is now adapting to external stimuli. You're telling your brain, hey, if we want to get to this endpoint, I need you to pick up all this information. Cultivating the right attitude. The famous Greek philosopher Aristotle said, we are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. What he meant is that the quality and quantity of your thinking determine how your life goes. If your predominant thoughts are affirming, positive, constructive, and generally optimistic, the quality of your decisions, actions, and ultimately what happens to you will be great as well. Think about whether your thoughts drive you forward towards being the best you can or make you feel defeated before you even started. So, like we mentioned, guys, the power of mind is super, super important. The famous Greek philosopher Aristotle said this perfectly. Excellence is a habit, not just an act, not just something that happens once or twice here and there. It is a habit, whether this be a habit of thoughts, habit of emotions, habit of actions within the physical plane. It is a habit. We are all beings of habit. All meaningful and lasting change begins on the inside, then slowly becomes a reality. Yes, guys. Thoughts and emotions happen in the astral plane, and this is what brings into the physical plane. Change involves addressing your thinking processes. Becoming aware of what you're telling yourself on the inside helps bring constructive, affirming, positive thoughts to the forefront of your mind. Through repetition, you can make them a habit. You can train your subconscious mind so that you naturally perform at your best no matter what you're doing. So guys, mind over matter. Always mind over matter. You want to have a positive state of mind because we understand the power of the brain. We understand that optimism is important, right? Because this is placebo. Negativity is nocebo, right? We have to understand how these things influence our body. It influences the cells in our body. It influences how we operate in this physical plane. Everything is word. Everything is the power of the mind. Setting your purpose. Sailing through life without a purpose is like sailing through the oceans without a destination. A rogue sailor's life may interest some people, but a successful career requires direction. To do well in exams, you need to know very clearly why you want to achieve good results or what you want to do next. The trick is deciding what you want and then deciding why you want it. Take a moment to visualize achieving your exam goals, then explore all the benefits that follow. Clarifying your purpose in this way helps maintain your motivation when going through gets tough. And when exam time rolls around, you have more than one test to prepare for. The going will get tough. So, a little trick for you. There's videos on this channel that explain hypnosis, putting yourself under hypnosis, trance states, using the alpha wave setting of your brain. So, also dark psychology as well. If you want to give yourself something to look forward to, give yourself something small every time you give yourself a very high grade or remark. Whenever you get an A, treat yourself. Whether this be a piece of candy, treat yourself to a small little thing you buy, a small little pleasure of yours. whatever the minute pleasure is. Go ahead and indulge after you get this good grade. Because now you're training your brain and giving it positive reinforcement. Subconsciously, your brain now will constantly look for this, whether this be a slice of pizza, or whether this be you going to Carvel for your favorite ice cream. You doing these little minute things when you get a good grade, your brain now is searching for this now because of the gratification you gave it. So this will help your brain say, hey, I want to relive that moment. The limbic system wants to relive positive things. So when you acquire your brain and give your brain these positive things, it will follow, and it will follow your lead because you are the leader within your micro universe. Clearing roadblocks. Sometimes you may consciously choose a goal, for example, to pass an exam so that you're qualified to do a job you've been offered. But for some reason, you unconsciously sabotage the good outcome. Perhaps you're beset by self-defeating, critical thoughts that point out why you won't do as well in the exam as you hope. Or you may procrastinate, putting your preparation off until the last minute. Then you discover you need more time. The small amount of reviewing you do is insufficient and leads to poor results. So guys, oftentimes people that procrastinate or people that put things off is because they lack the mental fortitude to go further. They lack the mental fortitude to realize that every single minute on this cosmos is crucial and that you can be using it to better yourself, learn more, and to be efficient in what you do, right? It often takes people a few failing grades to finally pick it up. But by then, you're at the end of the semester. You don't want to be at the end of the semester trying to pick the pieces up. This is where the roadblocks are stuck. You must clear these roadblocks before you even get to that point. You want to make sure you are on point and diligent with every aspect. Because if you're diligent and on point with every aspect, this will lead to high grades, high remarks, and also a positive mindset. This will reflect on every other aspect in your life, whether this be health, wealth, anything, fitness. It will reflect on every other aspect. Your thought process is inevitable to every other aspect in your life. The way around problems like self-defeating thoughts is to identify and analyze all the reasons you may be trying to hinder your own progress. Listing what you perceive to be lacking in your own knowledge or skills helps you pinpoint your negative attitudes and beliefs. This requires digging deep and being honest with yourself. When you become aware of your ways, you limit yourself. You can take steps to rectify your behavior so that you're not working against your goals. When it comes to exams or anything else, you can identify and analyze your good qualities and strengths and discover reasons why you can have what you want. Focusing on good qualities and strengths also improves your motivation because you have a higher expectation of success. So guys, a lot of self-limiting beliefs will hold you back in this life. The power of mind is extremely powerful. Self-limiting beliefs will hold you back because you believe so. Self-promoting beliefs will promote you because you believe so. In this cosmos, there's nothing that's limitless that you can achieve. Anything is you can do in this cosmos. The only thing that's limitful is your self-doubt. That is the only thing in this cosmos that is limitful, is your self-doubt. Anything you want to achieve, anything you want to be, anything you want to create is limitless in this cosmos. So it is important to focus on the good qualities and the strengths. So this improves your motivation for success and improves your motivation and rectifies any negative thoughts within your inner matrix so that you can continue to get good grades and continue to be who you want to be in this cosmos. Exploring your layers, just like Shrek. If you saw the first movie Shrek, you remember the scene where he was talking to the donkey about the onion analogy. What the onion analogy says is that everyone has many layers, which define who they are. However, people usually see only the outer layers, your facade that you put out, which may not be who you think you are and feel you really are, or who you could be. You can peel back the outer layers if you want and discover where your true potential lies. To develop an exam performance mindset, you have to peel back those layers and identify the ones that are holding you back, and then bring to the fore the layers that can drive you forward. Sometimes, however, the people closest to you may not like to see changes in you and can hold you back. They've known your outer layers for so long that when you try to show an inner layer, a new way of being, they become disturbed because they're unfamiliar with your new behavior. So, guys, this is why you have to surround yourself with positive like beings. You want to surround yourself with people that don't have limiting self doubt, because these doubts will hinder your progress. You will be the accumulation of your friend group or the people you hang around, right? So it is essential to be around people that are positive, be around people that are striving to do better, be around people that are pushing you to be better. And if you can't find people that could push you, it's better to be alone than to be around people that are negative. That's how it goes. It takes courage and support to show yourself your deepest layers. This self reflection is a courageful and supportive state for your own self. It takes a lot of courage to do the inner work. By surrounding yourself with higher performing friends, people who can support your expression of new layers, you'll find that their expectations of you can help you realize your full potential. So, guys, it is essential to realize how your self doubt can be limiting, your positive thoughts can be propelling. So, it is essential that you find ways to progress your inner layers and put them out to the forefront. Do not allow your negative layers to determine who you are. We are all onions. We have layers within us. We have duality. It's important to use these positive layers to get to where you want to be. You want to run this marathon. Everyone's running their marathon. This is not a race. Everyone's running their marathon. It may take time to get where you want to be. It doesn't matter how long it takes as long as you get there. And you get there positively. All right, there will be roadblocks ahead. We already explained that there's roadblocks. But if you do the inner work, you can get past this. So, guys, this was a introductory video on passing exams, and preparation is everything. In further videos later down the line, we'll get into other aspects such as the brain and learning processes, kinetic learning, and things of that nature. But feel free to check us out on Patreon, Rumble, Twitter, Instagram, things of that nature. Like and subscribe. Also leave a comment down below. I love to read them. Other than that, guys, this was your fallen angel, and I'm out.